Welcome back to Reactioncast. It's your host, Jesus, aka Tyrant Dominus, here to give you another anime review. This time around, we're going to be talking about, as a reincarnated aristocrat, I'll use my appraisal skill to rise in the world.
だから僕はあなたたちが安心して希望を持って暮らせる街を作りたいんです。なんか偉そうなこと言ってすみません。つまりみんなで仲良く楽しく暮らしたいなってことです。
行くよ。私はお前に仕える。
でもあなたにはあの子たちが。
だからだよ。
僕は父ほど強くはありません。でも父に代わって誰よりも皆さんのことを強く思い守ることを誓います。だから僕に力を貸してください。
So this is one of the few isekai stories, a little bit, on your classic traditional side, but it's one of the few I've read, and I'm looking forward to seeing this. I'm looking forward to seeing this because for the most part the plot is your traditional. He was our main character was a classic Japanese salaryman who dies, gets reincarnated as our main character of Ars Levant. Levend or something like that. It's Ars. And he's not majorly overpowered or anything. His main skill is that he's able to appraise people's potential talent and their current skills numerically. So yeah, he's able to gain some semblance of their attributes and stuff like that. That's his ability. So, he's not super powerful, strong or anything. He's just a guy who can just see a little bit deeper into an individual's potential in combat strategy and stuff like that. That's kind of cool. Simple, easy. So what can he do? So he was born as an aristocrat, a highborn society, into a very low countryside noble. But as he's growing up, he learns of potential war and things like that, and he has to find individuals to help his father and help himself in the future once he takes over for his father in the coming catastrophes that comes with being a noble in times of war and the like. So that's kind of the general concept of this story. It plays with a young child, so, and stays kind of in that general area in his early teens. So he's a very young individual. He might have the memories of his days as an older gentleman, but he's only a child at this point of the story, and he has a lot to really think about and has to pertain when dealing with the world around him. And what I like specifically about this isekai comparatively to other ones, it's not a major power fantasy. I enjoy those here and there. I review a good chunk of them. But what I liked about this one and stories like this, it's very militaristic. There's battles, there's characters. The characters, for the most part, always make the main cast or the main character or protagonist seem more important or seem more relevant or more enjoyable to be around. Sometimes the cast can carry it more than the protagonist, but this one overall, everyone individually is wonderful because with the skill Ars has, he's able to find himself a kind of a confidant. Servant seems offensive for the first he finds his skill. Ritsu, kind of your what's the best way to be? He's a character who's basically discriminated for his race, but he has very strong military potential and prowess. He's strong, and he has a chance to become better. And his character development, really great. I enjoy that. Then continuing on with a potential magic user with Charlotte, like her storyline, very intense, very interesting, and the way it's viewed using ours as appraisal skill is very interesting, and I like how they play with that, and there's more characters along the way within the story, and I think that's what makes this very enjoyable. It's just seeing what he's able to do with the knowledge he gains and proceeding with the planet head. What I enjoyed for the most part of this kind of first season, and I hope there's another season, because it is the beginning of what's to come. It is a good introduction for the story that is, reincarnated as aristocrat, because I am personally a big fan of this story, and I'm hoping it gets a season 2, potentially, depending on how they lay it out, potentially season 3, because what's to come is going to be really enjoyable, more military style, and I can't wait to see that. Not to say that season 1, or I hope this is not just one season, is bad. It is a good introduction of everything, and it's a good build, like a good foundation. That's the one I want to say. A good foundation to the characters and the world, and like, it's good. Art style is pretty clean, simplistic, nothing too grand, but I like that for this type of story. It's like nice and clean, nothing too overbearing, and the animation is like smooth, like simple. I really nice. It's good. Shout out to what company did produce this? Studio Mother. That's what it says. They did a good job. If they do a season 2, then I hope they do it again, because it's great. That's what I enjoyed about this. Like, definitely there's some little goofy moments. There's very few negatives I could say about this show. Definitely, if it's this is not like I said, it's not your overpowered isekai protagonist here. It's just a guy trying to look out for himself, his people, and the people he has to take care of around him, using his ability to do so, and doing his best. Even he's not like a super genius. He's just an average dude trying, and he's not like some like super mad genius or anything. He's just a dude trying his best, and I like that. He's more down to earth. Pretty good for this style of thing, just so it doesn't just feel outrageous. I think that's the best way to put it. If the most outrageous thing is that he has the ability to see people's potentials and current abilities, that's not that bad. Just like having good insight, just having good insight. And I think that's what's great. I hope there is a season 2. Because what's to come is going to be great. Not great for a lot of the people, but it's great storytelling. And as long as they adapt that correctly, because this first part was adapted really well, in my opinion. And it has definitely some strong heart-moving scenes in this one. They really kept a lot of it. Like, episode 1 opening really starts off strong, similar to the book. It's like it starts strong. It does that, like, that style where it opens up with a scene that comes out later in the season, and then starts the story from the beginning. But it starts with that impact scene, and it's like, whoa, so this is what's going to happen sometime down the line. But how did we get there? And I really like sometimes when it's done right, because like if they show something like oh, what's happening here, and then you don't see it for a while, like, or it doesn't have that gravitas, then it's lackluster. And why did you show that scene in the first episode? But this did it well. But yeah, Let me know your thoughts down in the comments down below if you're watching this on YouTube or Spotify. If you're listening to this on any other podcast form, let me know in other social medias your thoughts of this show. So, thanks again for listening or watching. Until next time, see ya. See ya. See ya. See ya.